wondering if the Baby Bjorn Bouncer is worth it? In short, yes, it is one of my #1, if not the #1 baby product I would recommend splurging on. In this video, I will share what I like most about it, why I recommend it to everyone, what I dislike about it, as well as how it compares to popular other baby swings and bouncers. We're gonna be breaking it all down, plus I'll give you guys a little tutorial on how to use it, its features, and how, of course, my kids have enjoyed it. If you guys are new here, my name is Rachel from The Confused Mom. Welcome to my channel. I review baby products, toy subscription services, share Montessori at home tips, and baby and toddler activities. So make sure to hit that subscribe and notification button so you don't miss future videos. So let's get into this bouncer. How good is it really? And all I can say is it has been the best baby bouncer on the market for years and years for good reason. I have talked to so many moms who have used it for over a decade across their 4+ kids, but even with knowing that, I still personally struggled to swallow the $200 price tag, and this is actually a hand-me-down from my sister-in-law, so we did not even buy it. But with that said, now having it, I would 100% add to registry, buy it, use that 20% off coupon at Bed Bath & Beyond, get it. And I will leave links to all of the retailers that sell it so you guys can do a quick price comparison if you are shopping it around for the best price in the description box below. Basically, it's simple, it's easy to use, its clean design is definitely one of the favorites for many moms, but really it comes down to, for us, the portability, the fact that it can be used on a wide variety of terrains. Yes, obviously you want to use baby bouncers in the safest way possible on a hard surface, but we bring this to the beach with us on the sand and it works fantastic. My son also struggled with colic and reflux symptoms, which made it impossible to put him down on the ground for a long time. He really struggled with naps after feedings. Of course, you should follow the ABCs of safe sleep. When we did have him nap in that, it was supervised. My hand or foot was always on this. We were right there with him at all times. Plus, it's easy to clean, easy to store, and it entertains baby with the little toy bar. Oh, and did I mention it converts to a toddler chair too? So you're not just using this the first year of life, it goes up to 29 pounds of use generally the first couple years of life by just switching this cover the other way around. It goes from a bouncer to a toddler chair, which is really cool. And then with that said too, the resale on these is awesome. So when you get it, obviously you're gonna wanna wash the cover first, and to remove the cover, it's super simple. You just remove these little elastics from these hooks down here, toss it in the wash, and they suggest line drying it, but I've put it in the dryer on medium many times and it's held up just fine. The baby bouncer also comes with 5 configurations in all. There's the fold flat for easy storage and portable travel. There's the sleep setting, they call it, which is the most reclined setting. The rest setting, which is going to be your second most inclined, and then the play setting, which is this basically upright position. And then the last configuration is reversing the cover so that the harness is facing the ground and it converts to a toddler chair when in the most upright position. Switch between the settings, it's super easy. You can do it one-handed, press and turn it to where you want it to be. Each of these settings does have a maximum recommended weight. You can still use the bouncer once your child does reach that. For instance, the most reclined one, the newborn setting, they recommend only using that until 15.5 pounds. You can still use it after that. It's just that the bouncing doesn't work quite as well. What I like best about it, and if I say everything, is that cheating? But no, seriously, I really do love everything about it. But if I had to choose, I mean, I'm honestly not gonna be able to choose. I would say it's how lightweight it is. This only weighs 4.5 pounds, 4.6 pounds to be exact. So it was really easy to hold my baby in one arm and also still hold the bouncer and move around the house. You never want to move a baby while they are in a bouncer or swing or anything like that. Also, the fold flat feature for portable use and easy storage has been the best thing ever for us as a family. We go to the beach multiple times a week. My son, like I said, struggled with colic and reflux, so he was having a hard time just laying on the sand at the beach, and we would need him to take a nap at the beach. And my son has never, God bless my husband in the background right now, my son has just never slept in his arms. Will not do it. So this allowed my husband to stay with baby, bouncing him for his nap while I got to go in the ocean with my toddler toddler, which is so nice. I also struggled postpartum. I pulled my back twice and my baby is not on the small side. So I had a really hard time lifting him in general and holding him while he would cry for hours during that colicky phase. And this chair became the saving grace in being able to set him down, still be eye to eye with him, bounce him. You can literally bounce this bouncer with a pinky. It is so easy. And that's another one of the great features of it. Babies can actually bounce themselves when they kick. The bouncer will respond to them. As far as any problems we've had, like I said, we got it secondhand. It was a hand-me-down. The cover itself definitely has shown some wear, but as far as functionality goes, zero issues. And again, that's with it going in the sand multiple times a week. Babies can start using this from newborn all the way up to 24 months or 29 pounds, but with that said, they do recommend not starting your baby in it until they are at least 8 pounds. Now, if you look up Baby Bjorn Bouncer, you might get a little confused like I did, because there is the Balance Soft and then there's also the Bliss. And the really big difference between these is just that the base on it, this part back here, the Balance Soft is black, the Bliss is a grayish kind of color. The functionality of them is the exact same, and you can even swap the covers between the different ones. As far as traveling with it, folds flat, super easy. We pretty much just take it in the car, so we just toss it right in. If we were flying with it though, I would probably purchase the cover carrying case that you can get with it. And then you can also purchase a toy bar for it. I think Baby Bjorn themselves has 3 or 4 different design options to choose from, and then there is a brand I'll link in the description box that sells a toy bar that is compatible with this bouncer. As far as whether or not it's worth getting it, I think it really depends on both your budget and just how you plan to use it. We primarily use the baby bouncer for soothing baby, so not really active awake time in our household. Don't use the toy bar a ton right now. As far as a bouncy swing or an actual bouncer like this, my recommendation is always going to be a bouncer like this. I've literally been using baby bouncers since I was 13 years old, babysitting kids. As pretty much every single baby I have ever watched, I have used a bouncer with. There's a reason why they have been around so long. On the other hand, bouncy swings and just swings in general, while their price tag is generally quite high, whether or not babies like them tend to be much more mixed. I don't think I've ever met a baby that didn't like a bouncer, but I know tons of babies that are indifferent to tons of different swings. If I was choosing between a swing or a bouncer, even though you manually have to do the bouncer, I would do a bouncer. As far as popular alternatives to the Baby Bjorn Bouncer, I know like 5 moms that had the mamaRoo swing, and not one of their kids liked it. So that's why I say I'd go with bouncers over swings, even the top of the line one. Another popular one that people compare this to is the more affordable Fisher-Price bouncer. So the big difference here is that the Fisher-Price one only goes up to 20 pounds, so it's not gonna last you as long. It's not nearly as easy to store or travel with, as it doesn't fold flat and it takes up a larger floor space. But the cover is machine washable, it is soft, and again, it is a more affordable option. Maxi Cosi Corey versus the Baby Bjorn. Now the big difference here is that the Maxi Cosi is actually more of a rocking chair, not so much a bouncer, even though it gets lumped in as a bouncer. For our purpose, it wouldn't work because we like to bring it to the beach, and with the rocker, you would have to have it on a flat, hard surface. Although it also does fold flat just like the Baby Bjorn bouncer does. It also comes in 3 recline positions just like the Baby Bjorn. The other thing I don't like about the Maxi Cosi compared to the Baby Bjorn, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this yet, so I don't know if it's true, but the outer edge of it is kind of like a wood print on the steel rim, whereas the Baby Bjorn, that outer edge is covered by the cover. When your cover gets super grody, you can always buy a replacement one, whereas after a decade of use, I'm not sure how that wood print on the steel is going to hold up, and you wouldn't be able to easily swap that out or replace it to make it look like new. So just keep that in mind. Could end up showing significantly more wear over the years, and again, it's not going to work on all terrains. Probably the biggest comparison and the toughest one to swallow, the Baby Delight Alpine Deluxe bouncer versus the Baby Bjorn bouncer. The Baby Delight Alpine comes in around $80. Like I said, the Baby Bjorn bouncer is $200, but you can get it with a 20% off coupon on Bed Bath & Beyond for like $156, I think it comes in at. The Baby Alpine Delight is about half the price of the Baby Bjorn. When you look at its features, it's a tough pill to swallow too, and this is going to be one of those things where you just have to go with your gut on and go with your budget. Both fold flat for easy travel and portability. Both have 3 recline settings. The Alpine actually actually comes with a toy bar, which the Baby Bjorns you have to purchase separately. The Alpine is also lightweight, cover is machine washable. So where's the problem? What's the catch? At a glance, the Amazon reviews look good, but I'm always wary of things like this and reviews on Amazon because it is so easy to manipulate Amazon reviews. So I went in, I looked at the Baby Bjorn specific review comparisons, and they're mixed. Saw this review come up many times whether or not Baby Bjorn was mentioned in the review or not, and that is the safety harness on it isn't great, because the baby can actually lean forward, and it seems like a major safety concern for a lot of the parents. The safety harness on here, baby has never leaned forward, has never been a concern of mine whatsoever. And the other issue a lot of parents had with it is that the toy bar was essentially useless because it was just falling off all of the time. Again, an issue I never have had. Secondly, the position of their toy bar, which is like high up above baby's head, is just like a riskier position in my mind, whereas this is more at waist height of the baby. So even if heaven forbid it did fall off, which I don't see how that would even be possible, you're talking about something that's waist height versus over their heads. As enticing as that 50% less price tag is, a lot of the parents did say they wish they would have just spent the money on the Baby Bjorn. You may want to take the risk with the Baby Delight Alpine. I would say most people are going to be totally okay with that. If you're planning to have multiple kids and this is your first, I would probably just splurge and get this one over it, because I can confidently say from experience that it is going to last across multiple kids, as I'm seeing right now, given that mine is a hand-me-down. Again, I'll leave links to the toy bar everywhere that you can shop the Baby Bjorn Bouncer, so you can quickly see if anyone's running a sale and what the best price point is currently, as well as for those dupes. If you guys have any questions at all, my name's Rachel from the Confused Millennial. Feel free to drop them below or hit me up on Instagram. And in the meantime, go back, check out my past Love Every Play Kit reviews, check out my gift guide, and until next time, have a good one.